This is Edwina with Elegant Creations, and I'm here to do my project share for Decorate Your Life. And I am working on the Blush Lace and Pearls for May. And this is a printable junk journal kit, and it is beautiful. If you like Victorian and shabby chic, it is gorgeous. And so, just so you know, even if it's a junk journal kit, you can still use it for other projects. So I did use it for different projects, so I wanted to show you what I made. And this comes with 24 designs, 5 coordinating ephemeras, fussy cut images, tickets, and sentiments. And it is a total of 29 pages. You don't have to print all of them. You can print whichever ones you want, and you can print as many as you want when you do get the printable. So it does have beautiful tickets and papers with the flowers and images. Very, very beautiful. So here is the QR code for Decorate Your Life. And my coupon code is Edwina15. And you can use this even on sale items. Okay. And we do have a Facebook group. If you join that, you can join our Make-A-Wish Wednesdays. And either make a wish or grant a wish. And it is nice to see everybody's wishes and see what people need, and we can get rid of a lot of things of our own, and it's small stuff, small items like die cuts and lace and trims and things like that. Okay, so check that out. And also I think that's it. Okay, so what I wanted to show you was a few months ago. Well, I'm working in my craft room, and I did do some craft items to use for my craft room. So I had made this trash can, and it is out of a popcorn container. This one is like a party bucket that I had gotten at Dollar Tree. It was clear, and then I just covered it, and then I put trim, and then just put what it's for. It's for all the little pieces that I have on my desk, so I don't throw them on the floor and then have to pick them up later. And it's been very, very helpful. So since I film in another room, I decided to make me one for in here. This one is the popcorn. And I took one of the images and wrapped it around the container. I'm getting a shadow, and I don't know why. Okay, there's a shadow here somewhere. And I'm so sorry about that. I got to work on my lighting. So I covered it on all 4 sides, and then I put trim and lace on that. I thought it came out really pretty. And so I will keep it in this room, so when I'm doing tutorials, I can put all my little pieces in. Okay, so now I want to show you what pretty things I made. Okay, so you know how I love tea items, Victorian and shabby chic. So I took the image that had a teacup, and I made a little tea caddy. So I covered it all the way around, and then I made a lid, and wanted to show you my little thank you, Dahlia. She sent me, we did galatine swap, and she sent me these cute, she sent me these little teapots that are charms. And so I put one on my little tag and put it's always tea time. And I will leave some links below. I looked on Pinterest, and there's a whole bunch on how to make the caddy. Okay, and this one was an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and it is only 3 inches this way. Okay, so this one's a little bit smaller. The next one I'm going to show you is 3 1/8, which made a little bit of a difference. This is a little tight to get the tea in and out. I had to put it with a little flap. So I'm going to have to put a little pull thing here, just so you can pull the tea out easier. And so I did that. So I made the little lid. So you put your tea. And then I put a bottom and trim and lace. I thought it came out beautiful. And I am going to do a tutorial. But Okay, so I made my little cup, and then I put a little tag with some flowers and a little spoon I had. And then I had this die that had this doily. I just thought this came out so gorgeous. So I think I'm going to do these for my craft shows. Let's see. Okay, so then that's how that one goes. Then I made another one. This was my first one. So I took the image with the beautiful lady holding a teacup. Okay, and then I put some pretty trim here and some seam binding and wrapped it around. Okay, and so I took the clocks on the paper because it's tea time. So I thought that was perfect. Really dig it. And then I did some under here. And then I did this teacup as my first teacup I did. It's a little bit smaller than this one. And my grandson's watching a movie. I stay busy and he's put it loud. I had some little flowers that I put there. And same thing, I put the little doily. And some flowers. And this one I also put another teapot. Okay, so I did put the little teapot there, and I put tea. I didn't have room to put tea time. I was going to put tea time on that, and it didn't have room. And I probably should have put this one too on there because it had the clocks. Okay, so what I wanted to show you, I did another one, but I did things a little different. This one, these you can get on the online and score your own paper and make your own caddy. But I went and I bought some tea bags. I found that I had a lot of different tea bags. I had a box with a bunch of different ones, and they're all different sizes. So I decided to go and get, I think it's twinine or something. But I went and I had this box. But just to show you what I did, I figured since it comes in a box, you're going to end up throwing the box away. So why not recycle it? So I'm coming up with one that you can use the same box for the tea that you buy. The tea that you buy. Sorry, I still have that little bit of a cold, so please forgive me. Okay, so I just took this box and then I cut it, did a few little cuts. This was so much easier than having to find paper and score. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So we're going to do a little tutorial, and I'm also going to show you how I did the teacup, okay? So let me get all my stuff. Okay, so what I did was, this is the one that I bought. Okay. So I just made one little cut and up here. Okay. So I opened it up, and you can cut this off. Okay. So I opened this. I'm going to leave that there. Okay, so I did a cut here and a cut here. And then I also took this piece right here and cut a little opening right here, okay? And then I decided I was going to leave it like this and put like a little thumb thing here so you can open it. But the doily kind of covers it. So I had this doily I was going to put on it. And I thought it might be in the way. So I still haven't decided what I'm going to do. But I did make a box for it, for the top. So I'm leaving that here for now. Okay, so you open this up, which you would do just like this. And you would cut a little piece right here. If that makes sense. Right here, you would do a little 3/4 of an inch would be good. And then you would cut here and take all this off. Okay, and that's it. Just this piece right here, which is the opening, and make a box. Okay, if that makes sense. I hope it does. So I'm going to show you what I did. I did reinforce it. I did get cardboard and measured and put some in there just to make it sturdier. And I haven't done this side, so that's what I'm going to do with you. And you can put this on the inside or you could put it on the outside. It's really up to you. I think I'm going to put it on the inside so it doesn't have this little bump. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay. So you can spread that to make sure you get all that. And all the boxes are different, but they're all the same size. I measured all of them. The ones I had anyways. But I figure you're going to throw away the box once you do transfer the tea bags, so you might as well use it. Recycle. And I thought this was so much easier. Okay. I'm going to leave that for just a minute. Should have probably used my glue gun, but I forgot to plug it in. Okay. So then I took a piece of cardboard and I'm going to glue that to the inside. Just pre-measure it before. Just to reinforce it. Then I pre-cut all my pieces. Okay, so I took again the little the clock, and I took this image. I hadn't done her. You find clips. Okay, put clips just to hold that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start in the back, and I went ahead and made these, and I scored on the sides just so it's a clean, since this one isn't white or pink or anything like that. I didn't want this part to show the edge. Okay, so I will let me do the other side first so this stays. Okay, so one sheet of paper, 2 sheets, so this one and then this one. Okay, the top of that. So I'm going to go ahead and yeah. Okay, just glue that down. So I do my sides first. So get that line. I scored it wrong. Sometimes you can take out that little line, smooth it out. Okay, then I have this side again. So excuse me if there's noise in the background. My grandson's watching some TV just so I can do my video. There. And these are just so beautiful, I think, and you can decorate them any way that you like. So if you're just making one, or you're making some for craft shows, you can make, if you buy the tea. I don't know that I'm going to supply the tea with these because they're expensive, and then I'd have to charge more. So it's really up to you. But these would make nice gifts and very easy, especially using the box. I started looking at it because I bought it, and this is the same thing I can use instead of making my own. I ran out of paper, the 12 by 12. I have other colors, but not the plain color. So I thought, why not? Excuse me, I gotta cut a little, cut it too big. I'll have to fix that. Okay. So there's that part, and then I will put my lady. And you can ink these if you want. I forgot to. I like inking. I think it gives it like a vintage look. And you pre-measure all these before you put them on. Oops, sorry, I went off camera there. I was trimming and I forgot to put it by the camera. Okay. There. And that's it. Then you finish putting all your trims. Okay, let me put this one. So I put the clock in the back of this one. And you can use a few scraps if you have them. I think I had this one as a scrap. And then you would cut anywhere that you're off. That one's a little off. There's my box. That's pretty easy. So I'm going to put this here so I can glue down. Okay, so I think I'm going to take this off. And I went ahead and made, so I can show you how I made a box. Okay, so I took, I measured the box on all sides, and I wanted to add a 1/2 inch at the bottom down here, and then I decided to add another 1/2 inch so I can make it a little bit more sturdy. So what you do is you add your measurements, which is 2 3/4, which is this one right here, and then I added 2 inches, an inch here and an inch here. Okay, and did the same thing at 3 1/8, and then I added an inch on each side. So I came up with 4 3/4 by 5 1/8. Okay, and then you would score at a 1/2 inch, and then an inch, turn on all 4 sides. And then I cut a little slit right here on the side, on all 4 sides. Then I'm going to show you how I do put it together. It's very easy. Okay. So I went ahead and I'm going to cut this off, this top piece on all of them. So you would put you cut on your score line up to this score line. Okay. And you would cut this one off. And I did leave it on one of them, and it was a little too bulky. And then this one you cut on the second score, on the first score line. Okay. Okay, I'll show you how to put that together. So you're going to do your score lines. Okay. Then you're going to bring these in and you're going to put glue on all 4 sides. Okay, and you're going to bring it over. And you can miter. I'm sorry, I forgot to miter. Okay, so take a little off. just so when it folds, you're not, make it a little easier to fold. I forgot about that step. Okay. So then you would bring this over like this, glue that down. And you bring that side down, sorry. Okay. And you would bring that over, just like that. And your box is already taking shape. Okay. And stay tuned because I will be showing you how I did the cup. So then you put glue on the inside of these little tabs, all four. And I would do these ones first. And you can miter these if you want to. I will on some. I think it's hitting. Okay, and then I did it on these yet. No. Yes, I did. So then there's your box. And you can get thicker paper too. This one was just kind of flimsy. Then you would get your scraps and you would add them to the sides. Okay? And then here is my lid. See? It's perfectly. And then I got this paper so I can, I don't think this one fits. Okay, I didn't cut for the top, but I will get scrap paper in and I will do that. Okay, and then I would put my little doily. And then this is going to have the teacup also. And you can do the scrap pieces here. And this way, everything matches, okay? So that's the lid. And I'm going to show you how I did the teacup. Okay, so I took one of my dies. I took a scallop die that I had. And this is just my template. Because I'll be using this on all the little cups that I make. And so I just took the template and then I folded it in half. Okay. And then I took my ruler and I went down. I figured out this one here was about 3/4 of an inch and I wanted a little bit bigger, so I went an inch. So you just mark I don't have my pencil. So you mark down an inch and then you just go all the way around to each scallop. I thought it was easier with the scallops and I just went to an inch and then angled it. Okay, and did my inch. And then I took a 1 3/4 punch and I punched it here. And the reason I did that is so I can cut little teeth in there to glue to my base. Okay, and I'm going to show you how I did that. And so I'm just going to do both of these pieces together, and I'll show you why when you're doing your template. Because you want to have 2 pieces. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to cut these now. Okay, so this is what I need to do. So you have to make sure that it goes all the way to the line. One of them, mine was a little crooked because I didn't go all the way, I think. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this. so this is my template. Since this one had the line, I'm going to cut this off, and I'll show you why. Okay, so let me see. Does this make sense? I'm going to cut this off. So I'm going to have two templates. One for the backing and one for the, so you can have your lines. Okay, so then you can, I am going to transfer the line. So I find a pencil. Okay, let me make sure I get this right. Okay. Okay. Just so you can see what I did. Okay. Okay, so now I have my pretty, and I just used scraps, so I didn't go all the way. But I did cut one in plain color, okay? And that's going to be the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. So you're going to align this, and this is where your template comes in. Okay. So I'm going to cut this. That's why I wanted, so I should have put this one first. Well, either one. Okay. And I want to do this line. So you are going to use both. Okay, so then I can have a cut line. Okay, so if you cut here, you're going to not have anything to adhere to. Okay. Okay. So then you're just gonna cut your own. I hope that makes sense. I like both of them because I need to get this mark, and then I need this one to get this mark. That makes sense. Let me cut that a little bit better. And this is going to be your on the inside, so it doesn't really show. Okay, so then you're going to fold all your lines, and you can get a stylus if you want and kind of make do a score line, but this works. And see how I didn't cut it all the way? You want it even. Okay. There. Okay, so these are going to go on the inside, and then you can erase your marks. And instead of using a pencil, you can do score lines. It's up to you. Okay. So then I am going to cut a 3 3/4, I'm sorry, circle. And I'm going to bring this forward like that. Okay, there's your little cut. And then I'm going to put hot glue gun on this one. Sorry. I keep pulling it towards me. Okay. And then you're going to make sure that that it's all even. And you can cut one of these off. Oops, I think I did that a little crooked, but I usually use liquid glue so I can move it. And then you will put this glue all over. Between, and you would put that right on your on your little circle. And you would cut, I think it's like a 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch. Play around with it. And you can make these bigger if you like. Get a bigger circle. This is the biggest I had, unless I made my own in the scallop. Okay, so that's how the inside looks, and you would get a circle to go in the inside. Probably should, I didn't want to use the hot glue gun. Okay. Then you would get a little piece of scrap. Okay, so then you would get a little strip. I think it's like a 1/4 of an inch, a 1/2 an inch, and I folded it in half, and then made my little handle. Okay, and then you would get one of these. I think I did. Oh, that's what I did. I forgot to cut that piece, but I did a smaller scallop and put that at the bottom. Okay, so here is my finished little cup. This one was a little crooked. I didn't watch it. This was a little higher, but see this little cup right here. And then what I did was I took this piece right here. Forgot to do that. So I do all these steps ahead of time, and then I forget to show them. Okay, so let me show you what I did on this. And I cut this one a little smaller on the inside. I did on the inside of the line. And you don't want to double it, you don't have to. I did. I wanted it more stability. On this one, my first one, I didn't. I just inked it. Okay, so then you would bring this forward. You can do it before you put it together. Okay, cut one of these off. And you would glue that inside. This way, see, and it sits just right in there. And you can adjust the bottom if you need it smaller. See how that's sticking up a little bit? I would cut it a little bit more. Just so it sits just right. Okay. And I'm not going to glue this down, but you get the idea. When I can concentrate on it and I don't want to get it done wrong. Okay, so you would even that out, and then you would glue that so it's more stability, and also you have the color. Okay, and that is that little cup right here. And then I just made a little tag, and you can add more at the bottom, another one, just to make it stronger. So this one is going to fit right here. Okay, see how pretty that looks? And the designs on both sides. So that's that one. And I wanted to show you, but also if you didn't want to make the little tea caddy, but you like the cup, these would be really cute for a craft show. I like to have dollar items, $2 items, just because if people like your work, but they don't want to spend a lot, then you can have like $2 items or $3 items. And these will be cute for Christmas, with Christmas paper, I think. And you can get these Forever Rochers, and it fits perfectly inside there. Wouldn't that be cute as a little gift and to sell? Or you could put a Reese cup and then cover it. I know these are a little pricey. That's why I would probably charge more for these. And you can put another, a smaller doily on that, and then sell them. And then maybe put them in a little bag would be really, really cute. And sell them that way with a little bow at the top. You could sell them for $3, $4. But I thought this was a really cute idea. But I wanted something for my tea caddies and not with the candy. So I thought this would be so cute. And you can put flowers. There's a lot of things you could put. I'm not sure. I didn't know what to put on the inside. I thought, maybe you guys have suggestions. I was thinking of some tulle or some lace sticking out. I don't know. Or leave them plain. I'm not sure. But this is my project for the Decorate Your Life beautiful paper, the printable blush lace and pearls. And so I did the 3 tea ladies. This one is a little shorter. Oh, and then I did do a base. I'm sorry. Then I measured. I forgot my base. I did do a base cardboard and 2-sided paper. And then I would put that, made it a little bit bigger than the box. Okay, I don't know if you could see that. Okay, and then I did, this one goes in here. I think I made it. Yeah, I have to cut it. And so I'm going to put this paper so it all matches. So when you pull your tea out, if you have any, it shows a pretty paper here. Okay, I think this was the lid because I was going to keep the lid. Okay, so that's it for my project for today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope I wasn't too rushed on doing these little teacups. My grandson's in the other room, so I'm kind of rushing for him. But let me know what you all think. I really love the way these came out. So if you have any suggestions for the tops or anything that I can change, let me know. And I hope you guys try this, because using the boxes for the tea is so easy. It's so much easier than, this is easy, but you did a lot of scoring, you have to do cutting. This one is so much easier with the tea box, and I wish I would have thought of it sooner, but I'm glad I thought of it. So that you have options, but I will leave the links that I've got this on, and there's tons of them on Pinterest that you can copy or check out and do your tea caddies on. Okay, so thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I do appreciate all your comments and you guys watching, and thank you all so much. And the design team is amazing. They are doing an amazing job on this, on all the stuff they make, but on this particular printable, they are beautiful. Their dolls are coming out gorgeous, and their projects, so please check them out. I will have them below. And Sandy has made a beautiful traveling notebook for her mother. Gorgeous. So I will leave all the links in my description box, and please check them out. We all have different days. Mine's a Friday. Excuse me. Jenny starts on Thursday, then I do Friday, and Sandy and Dahlia do Saturdays, and Denise and Leslie also do, I think, Tuesday, Wednesday. And so we also have a guest designer, and her name is Alicia Young, and I will leave her link below too. She is making some beautiful items with some of the papers that Sandy had in her shop. And so if you check her out, it would be nice. So thank you all so much for watching, and have a good weekend. Bye-bye.